Hey everyone, welcome back to the M&R Show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Malcolm.
And today we have a special guest, my friend Siddiq from the Prove Me Wrong podcast. Hilarious podcast. You can find him out on basically every platform, including, the Apple, the Spotify, all different podcasts. But he can tell you more. Here's the floor to Siddiq.
Eminem, thank y'all for having me. It's been too long. Why y'all take so long to bring me onto the show? But once again, my name is Siddiq, host of Prove Me Wrong. Just a guy that loves sports. Love the Jets, unfortunately. Love Miami Heat. But my podcast comes on every Tuesday morning, wherever you're listening to your podcast. Great to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
Hey man, it was great to have you. I'm glad you're on the show now, man. I'm glad you're on the show. Better late than never, right?
Right. But I mean, you got me during the season, so I'm hyped.
Yeah, so we definitely here to talk some football. And of course, you all know we came back with our surprise or roll my eyes segment. So now our first topic of the day is Derek Carr front runner for the MVP. What is everybody's take on that? Siddiq, you can start this one.
Derek Carr for MVP. Now, before the season started, I got Matthew Stafford, that dude in LA. That dude a bad man in LA. He looking good right now. But I gotta say, Derek Carr, he looking real good. His whole offensive line is essentially changed. He don't got Jacobs in the backfield. He's been hurt. And Darren Waller, that's a bad boy. The receiving core, they've been playing well. That defense, to me, they don't look as bad because they've been winning, but that defense isn't really that good. Derek Carr putting that team on his back. The signature play to me so far in this season, Baltimore Ravens, Monday Night Football, he knows that it's man coverage. They're bringing a Bombay blitz. Everybody's coming. He checks out the original call that they had, hits the guy on the post. Marlon Humphreys knows his good night, Irene, and that's a touchdown, a walk-off touchdown in overtime. Yeah, Derek Carr right now, today, week 3, very early, but Derek Carr is the MVP based on what he's been doing. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about right now, I mean, most definitely, yeah. But I mean, last year, Derek Carr looked pretty good at the start of the season. We seen how that faded out at the end of the season. So right now, yes, he's doing good. But that defense, they're generating some pressure, but are they going to hold long enough? Are we trusting that John Gruden is going to make sure this team is still good at the end of the season? It's a lot of questions than answers. So those are my, pet peeves about this situation with Derek Carr.
See, I agree with you because, John Gruden, once it gets to week 8, week 9, he go from being Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. They just sorry at the end of the season. They're flat out sorry. I saw them last season. They barely just went to weekend, and then after that, we'll see. They'll go from being 5-3 to being 3-5, and then lose the other game because there's 17 games in the season now. So yeah, no, I agree with you. But today, Derek Carr, he driving that car. He that MVP. He a bad boy.
Yeah, Derek Carr, like you said, is driving the MVP car today because he leads league in passing yards. He has one of the highest passing rates in the league. We see, like you said, with the plays he's been making, the Raiders are somehow 3-0, like you said, without Josh Jacobs. But, is that running backs matter or not? That's for another day. But we've seen that the back of running back, Peyton Barber, literally is 30 carries right now.
Right.
So,
he gave you 100. He gave you 100 last week.
He gave you 100. So, again, why they even signed Kenyon Drake is insane to me because you paid a running back, but then you don't even, that's not the running back that you're even giving the carries to. I guess you're receiving back, but why are you paying a receiving back that wasn't on your team in the first place? So that's for another day. But Derek Carr is for sure the MVP right now. Now, Tom Brady was my MVP last week, but this is a week-by-week basis right now. We got to keep, the train keeps moving. So Derek Carr right now is that guy right now. He's giving me the personality. We got the highlight plays. We got a primetime game. These are stuff that makes an MVP sell by the end of the year. Sometimes it's not who's had the exact best season, but who gave you the best personality, who gave you the best primetime games, who gave you that full package. I think Derek Carr is giving us that full package. Else?
Who gave you the best story? But I'm stuck on the fact that you just said Tom Brady was the MVP last week. In what world? In what world? He almost lost to the Cowboys on opening night. What are you talking about? Wait, hold on.
I mean, the Dallas Cowboys defense has not been bad though. It hasn't. as a Cowboys fan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised because our best defender has not played. Demarcus Lawrence has not played.
Demarcus Lawrence has not played. Yeah.
The number one ranked PFF edge week 1 has not played since week 1.
I said this before the season started. Dallas Cowboys gonna win this division by Thanksgiving. I'm firm on that. But more importantly,
hold on with your bold predictions. Calm it down.
We are going to get to Washington football team later. I don't want to get off track.
Hey man,
you're gonna have your time
this time. Now, all right, we're gonna prove you wrong now. All right,
I'm waiting.
Okay now. But nah, I mean,
all right. Yo, Mark, go ahead. You finish.
Oh no, I was just saying I really want to roll my eyes to Derek Carr front runner MVP. Like you said, I like Matthew Stafford. I feel like Matthew Stafford has proved enough to be the MVP, front runner MVP right now. So I'm gonna roll my eyes for the Derek Carr situation. But continue going on.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask. So Siddiq, surprise or roll my eyes to the Derek Carr?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised because Matt Stafford has a better team. Oakland, you did not think Oakland would be 3-0 at this point. You would not think Oakland would have went to 2 overtime games and win against 2 good defenses, Dolphins and the Ravens. I can't roll my eyes at that. Matthew Stafford has receiving core at the yin yang, the best defender in football, the best DB in football, got the best play caller, one of the best play callers in football, Sean McVay.
Sure.
That's where it changes for me. So I got to give it to Derek Carr. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm going surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if he kept going. Is he gonna win it? Probably not. But will he keep having a good season? I say yes. Now, on to our next topic. We have a Jets fan in the building, so of course you all know we had to throw a Jets topic out there. So we have the Zach Wilson, 6 points in 2 games, and we have the Trevor Lawrence has thrown 2 picks in every game of his professional career. So anybody can start this one. I see Malcolm looks very excited to start this one, so I'll let him go. But yeah, let's just get straight into it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm surprised. Because I know what the Jets just do. They let go of Sam Darnold because they brought in this guy like Zach Wilson. If we looked at it early in the season, I talked about Jets one of the most improved teams because they have brought in a lot of pieces offensively and defensively, bringing some back, based off COVID restrictions and all the other stuff. And then Trevor Lawrence, 2 picks in every game. I did not think that would happen at all. I think this was the number one, the top number 1 pick in the draft, and I thought that he was going to play a lot better. But it looks like Matt Jones better to be the rookie of the year, which is crazy because he hasn't done anything.
Oh God,
really has done anything. But this is, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna give it to the Jets fan because I know he loves this opportunity what the Jets done. They like to, build around this guy in Zach Wilson. He played very good last game. So, I'm going to give the mic to you so you can be able to finish what you have to say.
All right. So I'm going to take a long time on this segment because Lord have mercy, I got a lot to say.
Hey.
First of all, I'm rolling my eyes at Zach Wilson. I expected us to be bad. I did not expect us to be this bad, but I expected us to be bad. Zach Wilson, before you went to that draft process, I said it. I want to keep Sam Darnold. I want Kyle Pitts. That's what I wanted. That's what I want. Because I was like, hey, Adam Gase, all he do is just mess up players. They go somewhere else and they play well. Look at Devontae Parker after got Adam Gase stuff. Look at Ryan Tannehill. Look at Cameron Drake the first year in Arizona after he left Adam Gase. So I was just more of that mindset. Hey, let's just get Sam Darnold some weapons. Let's get him a new head coach and let him get a fresh start. Plus, the biggest thing is the Jets, they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nobody. Sam Darnold, you have Lamar Jackson, you got Josh Allen, you got Josh Gordon. Lord have mercy, I feel sorry for him. Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold has not played with a Pro Bowl player on his team, period. Until this year with Christian McCaffrey. That's a fact. So every single time you go into the game, the team is trash. The team is horrible. Zach Wilson, though, Lord have mercy. Zach Wilson need to belong back at BYU. He need to belong at BYU, VSU, VUU, or BSU. Because this man has been horrible. 4 picks. Last game, he threw 2 picks. Now, both of them wasn't really his fault. The first game, it was his best game, and he threw a pick in that game. These rookie quarterbacks been overhyped. They sold us a bag of goods so far. But I'm going to keep calm. I'm going to be a patient.
For sure.
I went through Mark Sanchez, Geno Smith, Clennon, Clemens, and all of them.
Woo.
Chill with Zach Wilson. We got a full about 14 more weeks. We'll see what happens. But Lord have mercy. I'm rolling my eyes at him. And Trevor Lawrence. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, I'm a surprise. He was the best prospect since Andrew Luck. And some people say he was better than Andrew Luck as a prospect. I didn't think so, but we can debate that. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're sorry. They've lost 18 games straight. Let that sink in. They've lost 18 games straight. The last time they won was week 1 of last year. Urban Meyer, he should take that USC job. That's what he should do. And I know he's thinking about it too. I know he's thinking about it. I know he's thinking about it.
He probably is. I'm not gonna lie.
Urban Meyer, he should run out. He should just, do a little press conference just like Nick Saban did and say, peace to y'all. I'm out. I ain't with this. Because he don't like losing. Trevor Lawrence, did y'all know, and I don't do stats often, but did y'all know that Trevor Lawrence, he never lost in the regular season in high school or in college? Yeah, this is the first time he's been losing. Y'all know they're gonna keep losing. They're gonna lose to everybody. I don't know if they're gonna go 0-4, but they're gonna lose to a lot of people. Even last week, they had an opportunity to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Got the biggest play happening in sports history, the 109 kick return back. And what happened? The Kyler Murray said, hold my beer, and beat the brakes off of them in the second half. So we'll see what happens with Trevor Lawrence. But I'm really surprised by him. But I'm rolling my eyes at Zach Wilson. He's, God, oh my goodness. But we're playing the Tennessee Titans. They might beat us down, but we're not losing to Atlanta. We're not beating Cincinnati.
Okay.
So we'll see
what happens. I love the confidence now. I love that.
I ain't got no confidence. I ain't got no confidence. I'm just saying Atlanta's bad. You saw what Philly did to them, and Philly trash. So like we can't be worse than Philly. I don't care what nobody says. Devontae Smith looks like a Uber driver, and Jalen Hurts, this season gonna hurt for him. So, but I'm done. Let me stop talking.
Well, I mean, I can't lie. I'm surprised at both of these guys. Trevor Lawrence, before season market, I think I had him just on the luck level. I ain't gonna lie like I didn't. I did. He looked terrible. But the caveat out there about paid management this season. For some reason, I just felt this was gonna be a paid man type of season. He's gonna lead the league in picks. And Lord behold, this guy is up there by the league in picks. And it's crazy though, because the receivers ain't bad. Laviska Shenault, not bad. Wasn't bad in college. Hasn't looked the best yet, but he's not a scrub. Marvin Jones, not a scrub. Vet. DJ Chark looked good with Blake Bortles. We know DJ Chark can play. He's a high flyer. So the line ain't terrible either. The tackles are a little sorry. Can't lie. The guards and center are not bad. So I thought the weapons would get him there, but clearly not. Now, Urban Meyer, I don't know what agenda he has against Jerome Robinson as well, but they need to run the dang ball. I'm not even a big run guy, but they're not running the ball. I don't know what he has against this undrafted free agent, Jerome Robinson. What 1,000 yards going to see, by the way. They're not giving this guy the ball, and they're not running the ball. They're just not putting him in good positions to win, and they're putting too much on Trevor Lawrence's back.
Indeed.
So I'm just very confused with Urban Meyer. Maybe you said like he's right. Maybe he's like Nick Saban conference. Like, yeah, Miami, you're cool, but Bama, you're really cool. So maybe he's about to pull that card in the season. I hope so, Trevor Lawrence, but I don't think he will do that. So we'll see. But I'm very surprised with Trevor Lawrence. Now, Zach Wilson, extremely high on him pre-draft. Thought I saw a lot. Now, Colin Cowherd, they say he had a lot of Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield. I didn't want to hear that.
I don't believe in that.
I didn't want to hear that, though. I still think that the talent on his arm is unique, and that's not average. Now, and the accuracy, I'm not even going to he's throwing some dirt balls. I'm not even sure. I think those are just like, I'm kind of nervous. The line, Mekhi Becton is not my blind side anymore. He's out for 6 weeks?
Yep.
So it looks very nervous to me. He don't look comfortable. That's him as well. But that's a little bit of the first time coaching too. Not reeling him in a little bit. They got to give this guy some easy plays. Now, they probably have tried that, and none of his depth can get open. And they have something against Denzel Mims in New York. But besides these things, they got to get this guy some gimmies. Like, yo, I mean, the plays he's making are good, but you only go throw 50% if every pass is a 20 yards out to your opposite throwing arm. Like, yo, this is a pass 25 NFL QBs can't make. Why are we consistently trying to make this guy make these tough throws in tight window throws all game? Now, he was seeing some ghosts in New England, but so is Sam Darnold. And so is every rookie QB in history against Bill Belichick. So I just have to throw that game out. It was really bad, but no quarterback under 23 years old looks good against this guy. So I'm surprised at this. I can't lie. I'm surprised. I thought they would at least look adequate. They've looked like a third round pick, to be honest. Like Davis Mills looked better last week, but I'm just gonna be honest. He did. Not saying he's better, but he looked better.
To be fair to Zach Wilson, his number one receiver has dropped the ball 5 times this season, Corey Davis.
Oh God.
He's the Jets have dropped the ball, dropped passes this past game about 6 times. And more importantly, his offensive line is terrible. Flat out terrible. And they don't do, I watched the whole game. I've watched every single snap so far. They don't do a lot of bootlegs, a lot of moving the pocket, allowing him to use his weapon of arm. I mean, he threw it, you're right. That arm is special because he threw it 40 yards right on the 8 on Corey Davis, right in his hands, and the man dropped it. What am I supposed to do with that? So, but I can't give up hope. I went through Geno Smith and Martinez, so I can't.
Yeah, it ain't gonna go worse than that. Geno. So, worst case scenario. Yeah. Okay. Am I gonna have anything to add before we move on?
Nah, I don't. Y'all definitely explained everything. So.
All right, now move on to our third and close to final topic. We have Josh Allen lighting up the Washington football team's defense. Malcolm has been sitting quiet and patient for about 5 minutes. He has something to say about his beloved Washington football team.
I had to take a moment of silence for a sec to understand what's going to happen. To be honest, I'm disappointed. To be honest, I'm appalled of the lack of effort, the lack of anything that's going on with this defense. The fact that Josh Allen last week had like 50% of the completion percentages in a blowout against Miami, came to Washington and scored 3 touchdowns in the first half. 3 touchdowns in the first half. There was a drive where he just put it up and hurry up, and we had like 5 rushes on the field, and he was just picking apart our defense. Chase had a good game as far as pass rushing wise, but he made Chase Young look like a fool all the time. Literally, every time Chase Young came with a rush, he dipped, came back, ran through his side. It was so horrible to watch. And as a fan, I was disappointed because this is not a Jack Del Rio defense.
Yes.
We might need to find somebody else to do that defense if it continues. Whoa, he's right. Because I'm sick of it.
It's week 3. It's week 3.
It's week 3, but at the end of the day, we're not giving up 43 points, then giving up
31st
third down conversions in NFL history one week, and in the second week, we're getting up 29 points for the Giants. They scored 14 against the Falcons. Come on.
Jason Garrett scored 30. Man. Siddiq, you can go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about the Washington football team that looked like a freshman team. And they were sorry. They were flat out sorry. Now, you want to talk about the defense, and rightfully so. Let's talk about the fact that y'all had a goose egg, no sacks. Chase Young wasn't chasing anything. Montez Sweat, all he was doing was sweating. Because all he was doing was running up and down that field. Now, the Bama brothers, Payne, he wasn't bringing the pain. But Jared Allen, he's the best. He's been playing the most consistent football out of everybody there. But the real story to me is that offense. First in the offseason. Let's talk about the offseason. What do? Y'all don't go after Sam Darnold. Y'all don't go after Russell Wilson. Y'all don't really go after Deshaun Watson. No. Y'all go after Ryan Fitzpatrick and tell the DC public, Chocolate City, hey, this guy's going to take us to the playoffs. You know how many times Ryan Fitzpatrick's been in the playoffs? Do you want to know? I'll tell you. He's been there 0 times. And then your backup, Taylor Heineke, who played well against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, against the Buffalo Bills, he looked like he was drinking Heineken because he was drunk. The dude was throwing picks out the yin yang. He was looking pitiful. That's just what it was. Now this team, everybody had high expectations. See, the Jets, we ain't have no high expectations. I already knew we was gonna be trash. I knew we was gonna have a top 5 pick next season. But the Washington football team, y'all really have people on ESPN and Fox Sports sitting there saying they're gonna win the NFC East. Where? When your quarterback has never been to the playoffs. I'm sorry. But the expectations on the Washington football team is kind of inflated because last season, as I remember, Dak Prescott was hurt, Carson Wentz was hurt, Saquon Barkley was hurt. Y'all won what? 7 games, 6 games. It took the Eagles on national TV to forfeit the game essentially for y'all to win the division. And y'all coming into this season thinking y'all was gonna do something, y'all gonna have the same record, and y'all gonna be home with me and everybody on this podcast watching the playoffs on Martin Luther King Day. That's all is what it is. Plain and simple. Y'all had expectations that was inflated. That's all it was. Y'all the same team y'all was last year. The only difference is y'all put expectations that didn't need to be there. And I'm done.
Can't lie, I've been surprised. I was just gonna at least be a top 5 defensive unit. This is the 31st. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Dallas Cowboys has had a better defense than the Washington football team. Now, Malcolm, how much would you have bet money that was not gonna be the case before week 1? That the Dallas Cowboys defense would be better than the Washington football team without DeMarcus Lawrence?
Hey, I did not know this was going to happen. It just hurt about the analysis that you brought to my defense and my offense, and it really hurts because you're right. You're right. But the fact that they are worse than the Cowboys defense is a problem. It's a definitely problem.
That's the key.
And I don't like it. And I hate the analysis. Yes, I think that we could be better. It's the 3rd week. We have a whole week to go. And we can make the excuses as they start off slow last year defensively. So we can be able to understand that and they can learn and get better. We can understand that we had extra pieces coming in, but we're not good. And I'm glad you gave the analysis because it's interesting. It hurts my soul. It's interesting, to actually listen to. But the fact that they're worse than the Giants, the fact that they're worse than the Cowboys in defense hurts my soul.
Hey, that American Saint defense, man, I have nothing else to say. We let it be seen on primetime television. But I can't say, literally, Micah Parsons has been the better DN than Chase Young. This is his 3rd game of his career. And I'm talking including college, playing DN. He's been better than a generational talent. I didn't even believe in this kid. This is literally Malcolm's guy, Micah Parsons. He told me he would be good. So I give Malcolm his all, his peanuts on that. But Micah Parsons has been a better DN in the first 3 weeks than the generational talent of Chase Young. I don't care if he's been double teamed, triple teamed. This should not be possible. This guy's not at the end. He's playing it out of necessity because the Cowboys are out 3-4 DNs. He has to play that. He hasn't even played linebacker. I'm surprised. And Kendall Fuller, I thought he was lethal. He's a playmaker. This guy's a scrub right now. Let's just be honest what he is. Kendall Fuller has been a scrub. That last name, who looked like his brother at the Bears last year, ain't been the same. It ain't been them Fuller brothers. I don't know what's going on. They both ain't been the same. William Jackson has not been bad. But Kendall Fuller, good God. Malcolm can add on before we move on. He's really been targeted. They're targeting this kid.
Horrendous. Looks horrendous. Like, I need to go back to Kansas City. He needs to go back to Kansas City. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's need another reset. Maybe just come back. Because this is not what we had. This is not what we paid for. This is not last year, Kendall.
Maybe it's the mustache. It's the mustache for sure.
I don't know what's going on with this Washington football team. And the fact that Ron Rivera has been so nonchalant about this whole situation is what irks my nerves. But at the end of the day, it's the 3rd week. Trust me, we got the Cowboys in the division, and we have the Giants in the division. So it's not like we have to worry about too much. And we could tie this thing up with 2-2 with the Falcons coming up next week, just like the Jets can do the same thing.
I'm just letting you know, the Falcons putting 30 on your head. I'm just letting you know, and y'all can't.
Oh wow!
I'm just letting you know.
Hey, that's
Y'all
a
bring
big
me back
wrong.
next week if you want to, but they gonna put 30 on your head.
Hey,
You know.
and we gonna prove you wrong. That's the point. We're gonna prove you
Okay.
wrong, and we're
Y'all
gonna
gonna win?
on your podcast so you can know that it's not gonna happen. We're gonna
Okay, so y'all gonna win. Y'all gonna win. Y'all gonna beat the Falcons.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Y'all do know that y'all beat the Giants only by technicality because he wasn't offside. But we're not gonna. But you know what?
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that today.
You're not worried about that.
We're
It's week
gonna-
4, not week 2. It's week 4. You know, we think about the next.
He's moved on. They've moved on.
Okay.
You only win. It's not how you win. It's just you need to win. The W is the only thing that matters at the end of the day. But you know, after this week with the Atlanta Falcons and what we have to do against the Falcons, I want to be on your podcast next week to prove you wrong. On your podcast, prove me wrong. All right.
Okay.
All right, now
On the show, yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right, down to our fourth and final topic. We have Justin or the leg in the Hall of, after we also his bust, his leg is already in the Hall of Fame. And the Ravens almost losing to Detroit, but somehow winning with a 66-yard and for record field goal. I think I would like to start this one. That kick, that was just amazing. Now, not only did it hit the crossbar, it went in the air and it went backwards. Like, that's just the most unlikely. Like, that's some Baltimore Ravens type. That just was some luck. Let's be honest. That if they did that kick 3 times, I think he makes it just that one time, at least in that fashion. Now, still, regardless, like Malcolm said, win is a win. I guess a kick is a kick. The kick went in when you need to go in. That's all that matters. That he made it this one time. But it scares me that Baltimore almost lost the Detroit Lions. Now, Lamar looked good that game, though. Hollywood Brown, this man is not Hollywood. This man is Bollywood. Because, man, this ain't the real thing. This ain't the real thing. Did y'all see him drop 3 touchdowns? I'm watching the game live. Because I have a lot of friends that are Ravens fans, so I have to, make sure I know what I'm talking about. This man, I'm talking about Lamar put it on the money 3 times. This man's like, drop. And he don't even look mad. Your cousin's Antonio Brown. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. That man is calling God. You need to be calling God because somebody got to get you right. I'm shook. Hollywood Brown, Baker Mayfield must have either catfished me coming out with throwing the ball. You looked amazing. Baker was on the team. So I don't know what's going on with Hollywood Brown. He literally, I think, single-handedly almost cost him that game. I'll let somebody else take it.
I agree with a lot of what you said because Hollywood Brown should have had a party. It should have been candles lit, and it should have been his birthday because he should have been throwing up fireworks, but he was just dropping passes like it was nobody's business. I didn't get it. But I will say this, and I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. And for those that listen, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And I've thought about this for the last couple of years. Justin Tucker does his job better than anybody on the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker is probably the best kicker of all time, and that's including Ben Terry. I don't care what nobody says. Oh yeah, Justin Tucker is clutch, and Justin Tucker loves Detroit. Every time he goes there, he kicks the party. Last time he was there, I think he dropped 18 points on them too. So, yes, the Baltimore Ravens squeaked out literally by a yard because if it was 67, I don't think he hits it. But
no.
They found a way to win, and they're my team to get out the AFC. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going with
wow.
My Super Bowl pick actually is the Rams versus the Ravens. So R&R. But the Baltimore Ravens. I said that before the season started, and then they got hit with injuries. But I'm gonna keep rolling with them. But that was a good win. Justin Tucker, he need to be the 99-man club. But the Detroit Lions are just trash and sorry anyway. I see why Matthew Stafford finally wanted to go. I see why Barry Sanders retired early and Megatron retired early. Like, I see it. They're sorry.
Wow. I'm sorry. It was just a lot to handle. You said Baltimore Ravens out the AFC?
So, here's my logic. It's very hard to come out the AFC 4 times. At least get to the AFC Championship game. That's very difficult to do. Everything has to go your way. The Kansas City Chiefs defense can't stop a parked car, a yield sign, a stop sign, a yellow sign. They are trash defensively. With that being said, injuries, I feel like, will also play a factor. So I thought about, okay, KC, who else in the AFC am I really, really scared of? I really think Baltimore is up there. I don't have faith in the NFC North. The Steelers are horrible. Now, the Chargers, they got something. They got something. Now okay. But even with them, are they gonna go from being, guys that are, 7-9, 6 wins to going into the playoffs and winning the AFC? I don't think so. So then you look at the AFC East, they're all sorry. Now the Bills, they started off low, and then what they do? They beat the brakes off the Washington football team. So I take nothing into that. So I start thinking about all these different teams. I'm like, Baltimore is the one that's been knocking on the door, at least, relatively speaking. They'd have been number 1 seed, lost. They came back this past season, and they won a playoff game. Now the Tennessee Titans, I have no faith in them. I don't have no faith in them. So I just start looking. I'm like, I like Baltimore. Just because I just don't see KC going back to the AFC Championship game and then going to the Super Bowl. That's how. And then the Rams, it's good night, Irene. As long as they stay healthy, we're going to the Super Bowl so far and so fly, baby. They going to the shit. I'm just letting y'all know.
Nah, I feel you. I'm gonna wrap it up like this, but I definitely feel what you're saying. But I don't know about the Ravens when you got Justin. I like the Chargers, and then I think Cleveland in their own division should be a hard matchup to play against too. So I think they have some other things. I know they have good things going on, but I really like what Cleveland's doing, especially with that running attack, because they got 2 healthy running backs, something that the Ravens don't have. But at the end of the day, Justin Tucker is the best kicker of all time. We continue to see it every single afternoon, especially when he's helping Baltimore win games against the Detroit Lions, who they should be blowing out. So there's questions I have to ask with that because it's too many close games. But other than that, Baltimore's a good team. I just don't think they have what it takes to get over the top and be the AFC champion.
We'll see. I mean, I really do like Baltimore. I mean, maybe it's just because I've always been a fan of Baltimore and how they play. But the Cleveland Browns, I gotta see it to believe it. I don't care what nobody says. They have probably the most talent. They're probably the most talented team, them along with the Rams and Tampa Bay Buccaneers in terms of a roster. But I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta see them going into Arrowhead or going into Baltimore and beating them. I just gotta see it. I have no faith in Baker Mayfield. He is the weakest link on that team. So we'll see what happens. But I love the makeup of their team. Don't get it twisted. I love the makeup of their team.
Yeah, well, again, thanks Siddiq from the Prove Me Wrong podcast for coming on the M&R show once again.
You're welcome. Have me on next time again so I can prove y'all wrong.
Hey, I appreciate it because I do want to prove you wrong. So, I definitely want you back on the show again. It was nice talking to you. Nice having a conversation with you.
It was nice talking to you too, but you can come. I could come on next week. I could come on when the playoffs happen, when your team ain't in it, because my team ain't gonna be in it. So whenever you want me to come on the show, keep in mind we didn't have this conversation, but y'all do know that the Washington football team made the wrong decision by taking Chase Young over Justin Herbert. We're not gonna have that conversation today.
Hey, that's just the end of the podcast. That's just the end of the podcast, to be honest. That's just the end of the podcast.
You know what? We can have that conversation on my podcast. We could do that.
Okay.
We can definitely have that talk. We can definitely have that talk.
We can.
All right. Well, make sure you all are subscribing, sharing this with your friends, and turn those post notifications on. We can see who does it or not. So turn those post notifications on. Malcolm.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, on Twitter at Malcolm Ron Show. We definitely appreciate it. Ron be having these crazy bold takes, so get into that on Twitter. So stay tuned.
All right.
See y'all later.